Now on CoastTV News.
President Joe Biden will not run for re-election. We've got the letter making this historic announcement.
And as we look live at the White House, who will seek the Oval Office from the Democratic Party? We've got the list of names.
People on the coast react to the dramatic announcement that was made right here.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Matt Pensick. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6.
We begin tonight with breaking news of President Joe Biden dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. We've got all you need to know about this developing story.
Yeah, Maddie, we will share what we know so far from the president and next steps, and we will share both political and local reaction to this breaking news.
Let's go ahead and take a live look right now at President Joe Biden's home in Rehoboth Beach. He's inside that home right now recuperating after contracting COVID-19. And it's from this home on the coast that Biden makes history.
Yeah, Biden says he is stepping aside from the presidential race. He made that announcement not in a televised address to the nation. Instead, it was in the form of a letter posted to X this afternoon.
The president saying in that letter, quote, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it's in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term."
And we have all you need to know about this historic event. First, shortly after we announced the news, President Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris.
In that same letter posted on X, Biden thanked Harris for being an extraordinary partner and then gave that official endorsement.
Yeah, in that post, the president said picking Harris as his vice president has been the best decision he's made. Biden says he offers his full support and endorsement for Kamala Harris to be the nominee of the Democratic Party, and that it is time to come together and beat Trump.
Vice President Kamala Harris praising President Joe Biden for his, quote, extraordinary leadership. She went on to say, with this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, putting the American people and our country above everything else.
While this announcement may have seemed sudden, it does come roughly after a month of criticism and stumbles. What seems to have started this was Biden's poor debate performance on June 27th. That's where the president appeared to lose his train of thought. And days later, members of Biden's own party began calling on the president to step down. About 10 days ago, the president publicly faltered at the NATO summit in D.C., calling Vice President Kamala Harris, quote, Vice President Trump, and referred to Ukraine's president as Putin. And then just this Wednesday, President Biden tested positive for COVID-19.
Let's go turn now live to coverage here on the coast. Joining us in Rehoboth Beach Live is Elisa Weber. Elisa, you're near the president's North Shore's home where he's currently staying, and that announcement was made.
Matt and Maddie, I'm currently in the North Shores neighborhood, and this is as close as we could get to President Biden's house. As you can see, the Secret Service behind me has blocked off that street where he lives. And we spoke with people who are visiting here in Rehoboth Beach and who live here, who are shocked to hear this news come out today.
If he stayed in, I would vote for him, but I think it would be best if he stepped down.
Yeah, for the country and for the
party.
Democratic Party, yes.
We heard it on the radio coming down here. I'm like, did they just say what I thought they said? And yeah, so it seemed like it would have been a bigger announcement, but it was one of those 60-second like news updates, and then they went on to something else inconsequential. I'm like, wow, it seemed like it was bigger news than that.
It must have been a very hard decision for him.
It's interesting that he was, right before the debate, he was wonderful and fine and running circles around people. He tanked in the debate, and now everyone says he can't do it. So they're just looking down the road. They don't think he can win, and that's the reason why he got pressured to drop out.
According to a letter released today by the president's doctor, he's still recovering from COVID-19 at his North Shores home. And although the doctor says that his symptoms are improving, it's not clear when we will see the president come out of isolation. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
All right, thank you, Elisa. And continuing with our local reaction at Salisbury's American Legion, you'll find veteran Susan Calhoun. And while she is hesitant to criticize the commander-in-chief, today certainly is not a sad day for her.
Well, I agree with the president. That was a good idea. Now he can spend more time at home with his family.
Although it's a bittersweet reaction because she worries this may affect her ideal candidate, former President Donald Trump.
With this incredible development, President Biden announcing he's dropping out of the race, the reactions from politicians pouring in, including from the man who is, or now I should say was, the chair of that campaign, Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons.
I think today we should focus on Joe Biden's incredible legacy of service to our nation, his selflessness, his accomplishments in his decades in the Senate, leading the Judiciary Committee and Foreign Relations Committee as vice president, and now leading the Biden-Harris administration.
Here is what longtime friend and outgoing Delaware Senator Tom Carper had to say about Biden's announcement, quote, his final decision on running for re-election would be based on what's best for America. His decision today meets that standard, and I am immensely proud of him for that.
Now, we also have a statement from Delaware's lone representative in the House of Representatives and Democrat Senate candidate Lisa Blunt Rochester. In November, Democrats are going to beat Donald Trump because we have to, and because Joe Biden has showed us how.
Maryland Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen putting out this statement. President Biden has always put our country first, and in making this decision, he has once again done what he thinks is best for the future of our democracy.
So you just heard and saw statements from some of President Biden's strongest allies in the Democratic Party. We now have reaction from the Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump, and he rips in to the current president, saying in part, quote, Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of the United States by far. There's never been a president who's done such damage to our country.
I spoke with Rob Arlett.
I think as a nation, I think we need to come together and heal and move forward and let the people, let the voice ultimately have that decision come November. And that's my heart and soul, and that's my desire.
And you just heard Rob Arlett. He was the former Trump chair in the state of Delaware, showing you moments ago that Biden has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to be the Democrat nominee who will face Donald Trump in the general election. That does not guarantee that she will be the nominee coming out of next month's convention in Chicago. Some other potential nominees who have been speculated include Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, and California Governor Gavin Newsom. The Democrat National Convention begins 4 weeks from tomorrow in Chicago.
So what is next? Kamala Harris and other Democrats will begin seeking a support for their own nomination.
And President Biden says he will address the nation later this week. He will give further details about his decision to drop out of the race.
This is, as we've said, a historic day. We will continue to stay on this story here at Coast TV News in the coming months, weeks, and days leading up to the election. Stay with us.
And it's been a beautiful Sunday afternoon on Delmarva. We are currently seeing a temperature of 84 live from our Bay Health Cam in Milford. A nice evening as we fall into the upper 70s, but I am tracking unsettled weather in that extended forecast. We'll break it all down when Coast TV News at 6 continues.
Life is full of little moments. Joyous laughter. Playful dancing. Bright smiles. Never miss a moment. Built for brighter days. Shell Brothers Homes.
Hi, I'm Sussex County farmer Blaine Hitchens, and I plant cover crops to improve my soil health. Cover crops help with nutrient cycling, weed suppression, and also reducing our input costs. I'm also improving water quality and my soils are more productive, increasing my yield and bottom line. Healthy soils produce healthy crops. Cost share signups are going on now. To take advantage of the financial assistance, stop by the Conservation District to enroll in the Cover Crop Cost Share program because every acre counts.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Welcome to the Brush Factory. Explore our over 60 local merchants and artists all together under one roof. You just never know what you'll find at the Brush Factory on Kings. As always, we greatly appreciate your support.
We couldn't do it without you.
The 99th Chincoteague Pony Swimming Auction is happening, and you can see it on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch it live Wednesday at noon on DSN and the DSN app. Plus, download the DSN app to play Pony Swim Trivia during our live coverage for a chance to win 2 nights at Comfort Suites Key West Cottages in Chincoteague. The 99th Chincoteague Pony Swimming Auction plus Pony Swim Trivia, sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy, only on DSN and the DSN app. This is Coast TV News at 6.
As we take a live look right now outside into Milford, an absolutely beautiful evening here on the coast. And our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono, joins us now. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Maddie. Yeah, it's a pretty good old-fashioned summer afternoon across Delmarva. And in fact, we're going to have a pretty nice evening. Maybe a nice lead shower early, but here's a live look from our Gateway Subaru cam in Ocean City. Folks riding the Ferris wheel there, heading off the beach as they make their way towards dinner. 76 currently in Ocean City. As I mentioned, it's going to be a relatively nice evening on the humid side, but you see temperatures falling into those mid to upper 70s. As we look across the region, we are in the 70s at the coast, 80s further inland. Not too overly oppressive. We're seeing dew points in the upper 60s to 70s, but unfortunately those humidity levels are going to be on the rise. We have one little shower here trying to form there just to south of Farmington. And you can see towards the south of Milford as well, but most of us are on the dry side. As the sun sets, that shower threat is pretty much going to shut off. But this activity off to the southwest, you see this front here kind of stalled out. All this moisture is going to be making a beeline towards the Delmarva over the next few days. So over the next 12 hours, we should stay relatively dry. On the humid side, though, as we see temperatures fall into the lower 70s through the overnight. As I mentioned, we are going to see an unsettled pattern, very tropical-like conditions developing over the next few days with those dew points in the mid to upper 70s. And we're going to keep the shower and storm threat in place over the next few days. In fact, we're going to increase that over the next few days, and I think the wettest stretch is going to be between about Wednesday and Friday. So the muggy meter, yes, we're going to be in that very humid to miserable range here throughout most of the week. Futurecast shows dry conditions through your Monday morning. As we head into Monday afternoon, that's when we expect some scattered showers and even a rumble of thunder to develop. And here you see by 10 o'clock tomorrow, some heavier downpours moving through the coast, and that will continue into the overnight and even into Tuesday as we see a warmer day with temperatures getting into the upper 80s and even a few 90s possible. And then you see that scattered shower and thunderstorm activity continuing into Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Now, as we get into Tuesday, as I mentioned, we're not really forecasting high temperatures this week, but with the high humidity, we could see some triple-digit indices, 100 to 103, especially away from the coast as we go into Tuesday afternoon. Another front we're going to be dealing with, a cold front's going to be pushing in late Wednesday through Thursday, and that will kind of enhance rainfall across Delmarva. But if you're heading to the shore over the next few days, we keep it unsettled, especially in the afternoon. I think by Wednesday, we're going to see more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. But a warm day here in Lewis on Tuesday, 88 and then 84 in Rehoboth. Tonight, though, 70, partly cloudy, a humid night. As we head into your Monday, showers and storms by the afternoon and into the evening. 89, scattered showers and storms for your Tuesday. That'll be the hottest day of the week, as you see here in the Paul Davis 7-day. Widespread rain likely Wednesday into Thursday, but you see there temperatures staying slightly below that average of 88. We'll be right back with more news next.
On Coast Life, get a sneak peek behind the scenes of the production of the Legally Blonde musical and find out why you won't want to miss this show. Plus, our Joke Jar segment is back with laughs galore. Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Attention homeowners and contractors. Why buy a tool to use it once or twice, then let it rust in your shed? Rent your tools from First State Tool Rental, your trusted rental partner. Specializing in tools for roofing, siding, and exterior renovation projects. From power tools, hand tools, generators, and drywall lifts to pitch hoppers and dumpsters. Plus, we even rent and maintain Equipter roofing buggies and more. Give us a call or visit us at firststatetoolrentals.com. Delivery available. First State Tool Rentals.
Windsor Teak of Falmouth Island offers over 100 different teak tables, over 24 different extension tables featuring self-storing leaves. They come in 2 different heights, dining and counter, plus 2 different widths and 2 different shapes, oval and rectangular. Extension tables start at 66 inches long and go up to 138 inches long and can seat from 6 to 16 people. Plus, over 36 different folding tables. Our drop leaf folding tables can be used with 1 or 2 leaves up. When both leaves are folded down, you can store the tables in just 7 inches of space. The drop leaf tables come in 3 different heights, dining, counter, and bar. And come in 4 different shapes, oval, round, rectangular, and square. Don't forget to check out the non-folding tables, coffee and side tables, and buffet tables. Drop by our showroom and smell the teak. Or visit our website at windsorteakfurniture.com. And remember, teak lasts a lifetime.
Get the CoastTV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
In Lewis, the city is continuing work on reducing light pollution. Lewis says it has a goal of preserving night skies and improving sky visibility. They want to create tourism opportunities for families and visitors. Right now, Lewis has guidelines in place for things like developments and streetlights. Lewis's environmental subcommittee meets on Monday.
In Fenwick Island, there have been updates to property values based on recent upgrades and assessment. And if you think values are off, you have a chance to plead your case. Hearings will be held next Wednesday, July 24th. This will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if interested in scheduling an appointment, you can contact the Fenwick Island Town Office, and you can view the current reassessment numbers on the town's website.
Coming up, a sneak peek into the new Ocean City Museum. We have that after the break.
This is my last season. I feel like I've done everything that I need to do.
This could be it for the Phoenix.
Knowing that I inspire people, it's been such an incredible journey.
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Some people will stop at nothing to get your stuff. Get solid security and protect yourself from theft, fire, and accidents with American-made Rhino at Southern States in Milford. Experience peace of mind with financing available when you buy local from the only Rhino dealer on Delmarva. They'll deliver and set it up for you too. Ask about Rhino's Thank You for Your Service rebate program. Protect your stuff with Rhino. Everything else is just storage. Securing Delmarva one safe at a time. Southern States of Milford.
Pain and immobility take you away from everything you love to do. That's why at PAM Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Georgetown, our focus is to rebuild your life by providing high-quality, post-acute care to those who suffered from serious injuries or illness. With state-of-the-art facilities, advanced robotics, highly trained professionals, and the highest level of rehabilitation care. It's all about gains. Gain your movement, gain your independence, gain your life back. PAM Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Georgetown.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
Did you know the Ocean City Museum is just weeks away from its grand opening? What once was a bank in OC, it's now going to be that place of history. So we got an exclusive preview. On the first floor down to the left will be the history of downtown OC. And there will also be an exhibit on restaurants and hotels that have played a key role in the area's coastal life. When you head upstairs, there's a research library, though rules are a little bit more stringent on the second level.
By appointment, the community can come and look at our historic maps, photographs, our historic library, and conduct research.
The museum plans on opening in late August with renderings of future exhibits to come to the museum. And we have still a lot more news to get to tonight on CoastTV News at 6, Matt.
Yeah, I got the latest report on boating incidents in Maryland, why state officials say the Independence Day holiday weekend was a success.
Bingo, bingo! Every Friday night, the Pittsville Volunteer Fire Department. Doors open at 5 and games start at 7. $35 a play with a chance to win the jackpot of $1,000. And listen weekly for the You Pick jackpot starting at $10,000. Come out for bingo every Friday night at the Pittsville Volunteer Fire Department.
Mr. Meyer was an awesome teacher.
I taught middle school math in Wilmington.
He goes out of his way. You could just see he really cared.
My students faced the most serious challenges in our community. They needed so much more than algebra.
When he became county executive, he worked to improve all of our schools.
We got teachers funding to innovate in their classrooms, started 1,000 Kids Coding to help low-income students get high-income skills.
Matt Meyer is someone who, when he says he's going to do something, he does the work. Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
The queen approacheth.
The termite queen can lay between 20 and 30,000 eggs a day and can live for 50 years. And those millions of termites can eat over $5 billion a year in damage. Take your home off the menu with termite protection by Brazier's Pest Control. The experts at Brazier's use over 40 years experience to administer the best protection in America. 6 times faster than Bates with long-lasting protection. Call Brazier's now and defend your castle.
Hi, I'm Sussex County farmer Blaine Hitchens, and I plant cover crops to improve my soil health. Cover crops help with nutrient cycling, weed suppression, and also reducing our input costs. I'm also improving water quality and my soils are more productive, increasing my yield and bottom line. Healthy soils produce healthy crops. Cost share signups are going on now. To take advantage of the financial assistance, stop by the Conservation District to enroll in the Cover Crop Cost Share program because every acre counts.
Bingo, bingo! Every Friday night, the Pittsville Volunteer Fire Department. Doors open at 5 and games start at 7. $35 a play with a chance to win the jackpot of $1,000. And listen weekly for the You Pick jackpot starting at $10,000. Come out for bingo every Friday night at the Pittsville Volunteer Fire Department.
The Maryland Natural Resources Police reported a statistically safer 4th of July weekend this year compared to years past. And this is despite being the biggest boating holiday. The state says there were no boating deaths recorded. However, there were 9 arrests for people operating their boats under the influence of alcohol. Operation Dry Water is the state's heightened enforcement period during the busy week. Also in effect that weekend was the newly enacted NICS law that increases penalties for boating while impaired.
In an effort to keep the state's beaches and waterways clean, DenRec will host its 37th annual Delaware Coastal Cleanup. That event takes place September 14th. The Delaware Coastal Cleanup, it's a month-long campaign that starts September 1st. It's part of the Keep DE Litter Free initiative, which, as you might have guessed, aims to reduce litter in Delaware. We are just days away from the Olympics in Paris. The best athletes from around the world gather on the big stage, and you can catch all the action right here on Coast TV starting July 26th. We'll be right back.
Fresh shrimp happens at the shrimp boat. Steamed crabs happen at the shrimp boat. Crab cakes happen at the shrimp boat. Seafood happens at the shrimp boat.
The Shrimp Boat Restaurant and Seafood Market is open for the season. Stop in for a free sample on Route 611 between Assateague and Ocean City today.
Dine in, carry out, fresh market too. All fresh caught and brought to you.
Joining forces for great health care, it's Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health. Your Dachshund has much of what you'd go to the ER for, but when only the ER will do, Tidal Health is there for you. Your Dachshund opens 7 days a week with 6 convenient locations and late hours too. Book online for no more waiting room limbo. Fast care at reasonable prices. Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health, accepting most insurance plans and Medicare. Named Best Urgent Care on the Shore. Feel better, faster at Your Dachshund.
Hey, hon.
Are you coming to the job site?
No, I'm a little tied up right now.
I thought you had the next one.
I got the next one.
Morris Home Improvement is your local family and veteran-owned exterior renovation contractor, and we strive to provide the highest quality work with exceptional customer service every time. After this, you got the next one.
Okay, I'm on board with that. Gotta go. Fish on. Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morris.
Since 1995, Dogfish Head has been exploring goodness in coastal Delaware. Discover the first brew pub in the first state, Brewings and Eats, for scratch-made favorites and brew pub exclusives. Visit the Milton Brewery for daily tours and over 40 beer and cocktail taps. Indulge at our seafood and cocktail spot, Chesapeake and Maine, and unwind and recharge at the Dogfish Inn, our base camp for beer lovers and adventure seekers alike. Experience Dogfish Head in coastal Delaware. Cheers.
Embrace a healthier lifestyle today at Rehoboth Beach Running Company. Whether you're a casual walker or a passionate runner, your journey begins with us. Our gear suits every lifestyle, ensuring your peak performance. With doctor-recommended professional fitting services and the Eastern Shore's largest Hoka inventory, we're about enhancing your well-being, ensuring every step is a comfortable and rewarding experience. Step into a world where health meets happiness. At Rehoboth Beach Running Company, it's always a great day for a run.
The Judy Center Early Learning Hub works with families with children birth to the age of 5 to ensure that they are ready for school.
We partner with members of our community to build a family strong enough to handle even the toughest challenges. By offering a free home education program, playgroups, story times, parent workshops, and monthly events, we enhance your kids' readiness for school.
The Judy Center provides your family with the resources necessary to raise a child. The Judy Center, one community, one family.
It has been an extraordinary day in our nation's history. The history was made right here on our coast.
With President Joe Biden announcing he is dropping out of the race for president.
That decision being made public while he continues to stay at his North Shores home. That's where Biden has been staying since Wednesday night as he deals with a COVID-19 infection.
And after that announcement was made, Biden endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris, to be the nominee in this year's presidential election.
In response, Republican nominee Donald Trump blasted Biden in a statement to NBC News that read in part, "Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of the United States by far. We will fix what he has done."
The Democrat National Convention begins 4 weeks from tomorrow, and we will stay on this story in the months and weeks to come. Stay with us for that.
Well, here's a live look from Salisbury. Tidal Health Cam, a pleasant summer's night ahead with temperatures falling from 82 down to the lower 70s through the evening. You can get that forecast anytime by calling 443-880-9100. And looking at that Paul Davis extended forecast, we keep the shower and storm threat in place really through much of the week. Could see some steadier rain Wednesday through Thursday.
Chris, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
And for more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Be sure to join us tonight at 11.
And until then, have a great night, everybody.